Hello everyone, and welcome to this video tutorial on how to do a wheel pose and or how to enliven the spine. So you want to start off in an easy cross-legged position and close your eyes. With your eyes closed, begin to visualize your spine. From the base of the spine connecting you to the earth, energetically connecting you all the way to the sky. Can you feel it holding you up, connecting to all of the nerves and senses in the body? Good. Now we're going to start to breathe into the belly and then the chest and then into the back. So placing one hand on your belly, we're going to breathe all the way into the belly and then breathe into the chest. You can lift up the chest here and then breathing into the top of your spine, raising the shoulders as you do so. Breathe in and exhale, so lower the shoulders, lower the chest and squeeze the belly all the way in towards the spine. We're going to do that one more time, okay? This time as slowly as you can. Breathe into the belly, really slowly here, expanding it outwards and then elongating the breath into the chest, lifting the chest upwards as you do. And then breathing in any extra air that you can into the top of the spine, raising the shoulders. And exhale, slowly lowering the shoulders, slowly lowering the chest, and squeezing any extra air out of the body by squeezing the belly in towards the spine. Lovely. Alright, you can return to your normal breathing pattern. And we're going to start off by warming up the spine, yes. So hands on your knees, let's start to rotate, moving forwards and then backwards. Inhaling as you move forwards, exhaling as you move backwards. Really get into this. Enjoy the movement around the base of the spine. See if you can stretch as far into every corner of this rotation. And you can reverse, making sure to go in both directions. Exhale as you go back. And inhale as you come forwards. Good. Returning back to neutral. We're going to do the same, but just rocking backwards and forwards. So inhaling forwards, exhaling backwards. You can start to speed this one up. Yes, really start to waken up the spine, enlivening it, feeling what it can do. And tucking the toes under, we're going to roll forwards into tabletop pose. Good job. So we're going to do a bit of cat and cow. I'm just going to show you from the side so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I don't mind how you breathe in this pose, really. You could inhale on cat or inhale on cow. The thing is, when your arch is spined, as you can see mine is now, you actually increase your lung capacity, which is not traditionally what's taught in yoga, but it is just as beneficial. So maybe if you're used to doing it the reverse, you could just experiment with something a little bit different today, or do what you're used to. Either way, it's absolutely fine. See if you can picture your vertebrae as you move slowly from one pose to the next, only raising or dropping your head at the very last moment. Good. Alright, let's have some fun. Feel free to wiggle around and move in any direction that you like. This is such a wonderful way to really connect yourself to your spine, see what it can do, twerk, do whatever you want here. Great. Now tuck the toes under and push back up into, yes, downward facing dog. Now you can pad this one out for a moment, especially if it's the first downward dog you've done all day. You can turn to one side and enjoy a side stretch. And in your downward dog, your legs do not need to be straight, your heels do not need to be touching the ground. What's more important is that you have spinal alignment. So bend your knees if you need to and push the floor away. Good. And you can drop forwards now into a well-deserved child's pose. You can grip the floor here as a way to create an extra stretch along the shoulders. Don't forget to breathe. Good. And now you can push yourself back up into a comfortable seated position and prepare yourself for our first shoulder stretch. So I'm just going to turn to the side here so you can see what I'm doing. So for shoulder pose, you want to lie flat on your back, bending the knees and making sure that they're no farther away from you than your tips of your fingers. Now you can start to lift the hips up and clasping your hands underneath, tucking the chin in towards the chest, push up, push your hips up towards the sky and slowly lower down. Good. One more time. We're going to lift the hips up, clasp the hands underneath, inhale and exhale. See if you can hold it. Inhale and exhale. Good. One more time. Inhale deeply and slowly lower down on your exhale. Very good. Now you can tuck your knees in towards your chest, give them a nice squeeze. Before we try it one more time, see if we can increase how long we can stay up there for. Alright, so lifting the hips up towards the sky, clasping the hands underneath, keeping the legs hip width distance apart. Push up and inhale and exhale. Breathe deeply. Inhale, exhale. This is a great pose to prepare you for wheel pose. Inhaling and exhaling and slowly lower down. Very good. Again, bring the knees in. Bring your chin in towards the knees and give them a nice squeeze. You have earned this. Well done. Now rotate the knees one way before rotating them in the opposite direction. This is a really nice massage for the base of the spine. And then you can place your feet back down on the ground and rest for a moment. Good. Now we're going to place the palms on the floor beside the head with the fingers pointing towards the shoulders. This is the starting position. Now you're going to straighten the arms and legs as much as possible without straining and lift the head and the trunk from the floor. Inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you tuck the head in and slowly lower your body back down, either leaving the hands to rest by your sides or squeezing the knees back in towards the chest for a counter pose. Good. Let's try that one more time. Placing the palms beside your head. Inhale as you bring your body back up, pushing your hips towards the sky. See if you could maybe bring your feet in a little bit closer. And if you can, going onto the balls of your feet, pushing up before exhaling back down. Good. Good. Feel free to squeeze your knees in before going into wheel pose for the final time. But if you feel ready, again, push yourself back up into that wheel pose, stretching up, hips towards the sky, pushing the floor away with your feet and your hands, and then exhaling as you come back down into a well-deserved counter pose. So squeezing the knees in, tucking your chin towards your knees, or you could rock backwards and forwards a few times. Also just a lovely way to give yourself a full back massage. And if you feel comfortable and like it wouldn't be too intense for you, you can stretch your legs out in front of you and reach forwards into Paschimottanasana. This is the proper counter pose, but it is optional. Otherwise, you can lie down, bring one knee in, and use the other hand to draw it across to the opposite side while you bring your opposite hand out like a wing. Exhale as you bring the knee in and switch over. Inhale, and as you exhale, bring the bent leg over to the opposite side of the room and the opposite arm out like a wing. Remembering to deep breathe into this position. Exhale as you bring the knee in one more time. Now create some resistance by pushing the knees into the hands as you pull them towards you. And then release and squeeze everything back in. Good. And finally, you can drop your knees and your arms fully onto the floor as you rest in Shavasana. Now this, after all of our back bending, is easily the most important pose. And you can follow the next set of instructions after you've rested here for a while. You could be here for 2 to 5 minutes. And just follow these next instructions whenever you're ready. So rocking your head gently from side to side and beginning to wake up your extremities, maybe introducing a full body stretch. Rock from one side to the next before gently coming up into a cross-legged position. Well done. Namaste.